The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 194. You get the Nasdaq up 36. S&Ps are up 13. Gold contract up $8, traded at $12.63.80 an ounce. We have silver up 16 cents, $16.23 an ounce. Light sweet crude, $73.77. Light sweet crude still hanging tough, man.
It is. It was at $74 when I was doing my update at 9.
Yeah.
It just does not stop.
No, it doesn't want to go down. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note down 6 ticks, 120.05. 30-year down 16, 145.05. King dollar down 94 ticks, trading 93.685. King dollar is down 300 ticks. So the bulls and bears are going to be fighting over King dollar, as is that gold contract. The euro is at 117.58 to 1 US dollar. The yen is at 110.66 to 1 US dollar. Over in the UK, they are fighting like dogs and cats.
Chuckling a little bit because, yeah, it seems like every month, I guess, time flies. But there's another story of Brexit. Now, it's not going how they thought it would, and how there's problems in paradise, for sure.
Right. And so the battle over there, you had two, I believe they're cabinet secretaries or Brexit folks, resigned last night. But right now, it looks like Boris Johnson just resigned.
Yeah, that's another one, right? So they had I was reading this morning, but that's where new news breaking as we speak. So you had, and I'm just going to get the name, David Davis. And that was last night.
Yeah.
So that was the Brexit secretary.
Right.
And so he had resigned, and then you have Boris Johnson, I guess, as well, right?
And that's going to be the hard Brexit versus the soft Brexit. And
yes.
Specifically, when that guy resigned last night, he didn't like the idea that they were still going to maintain close economic ties with the British Union. I mean, with the European Union.
Yeah, so he resigned objecting to May's withdrawal plan, basically, which May wants the soft Brexit. And, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
They got a lot to fight through in terms of what they're going to get done.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, market over there is kind of staying basically flat. What we did have last night, folks, is that you had the Asian markets come off the low. There's no two ways about that. They come off the low, but those things have got killed. So it's about time they had a dead cat bounce anyway. If we look at Shanghai, Shanghai was up 2.4%. It's all relative, though, because when 6 months ago, you were at 35.87.
Yeah.
And you're 28.15, even with the bounce last night.
Definitely.
So that's quite a deal down.
Definitely.
Now, what I suspect it looks like to me, what we'll see happening, we're gonna get some volatility out of here this week. We have our own tariff issues. As our story this morning, you talk about, I'd hate to be in one of those situations where you have the goods going over to China, you almost make it, and then you just don't make it. And there's a story about steaks this morning out here.
Oh, man.
And
I see, right,
you got it?
Here, right? American steaks, German cars,
Yeah, pull that
victims.
up, because where do you see this? This is, now what happened here is that it's not the producer on the United States side that got hit with this one. It'll be the Chinese counterpart. But when you read through the story, you're going to see the Chinese counterpart saying, man, we know we're going to sell less steak because it was, I believe it's 25% tax.
Okay.
Bottom.
Yeah. So they read through China's retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. goods struck just as one of the biggest meat importers, that's what you're talking about, their imports, rushing a shipment from California through Shanghai Customs. Now that company, Sozu Haodong Foods, is saddled with a stack of unaffordable American steak. Only 3 containers of frozen produce, including prime rib, pork loin, came through before the new levy slapped as much as $575,000 on each of the remaining half-dozen crates. $75,000 per crate.
Right. Big number, man.
Oh.
Big number.
Then they say they have no choice. They have to eat the cost. They're probably already spent, right? In terms of it's they're going to sell it at a loss, but it's more advantageous than not selling it at all. As in, they just got to eat it. So yeah, 25% tariff they talked in there.
25% is a trip.
It is.
That's big money. Big money.
Yeah, I was just trying to dig into it. Yep.
That's gonna. I mean, bottom line is that. This will take a bit. I mean,
they just got instituted Friday. It's Monday.
Right, and
there's going to be some sorting out.
And picture, because what you have is you have, number one, they knew it was coming, so there's plenty of people that got as much goods as you can, either over there or here.
Like the soybean deal, right?
Totally, right. And then the real question is going to be who eats what. Like there was another article inside there that Ford Motor said they're going to eat the beginning of it themselves.
The costs, okay.
Yeah. Now GM said no way, they can't eat it.
Okay.
The cost, So there's going to be all those different dynamics, but the longer that this goes on, I don't see it stopping because of the fact that a bureaucratic deal, folks, which we have here. Once they start a bureaucratic deal, oh my God! I mean, it's just like getting caught up in the system. You don't want to get caught up in the system.
Definitely. Yeah, I saw it Ford up here, and I was wondering what they were talking about in that article, and it was just how they had actually just trying to cut their prices in China only weeks ago to try and reach more consumers in China, and how, well, starting July 6th, those same models, if they're made in the U.S., are subject to a 40% levy.
That says 40% for car. Holy cow! Yeah. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, so Tesla raised its price of the Model S and Model X by 150,000 won to 250,000 won after the additional tariffs. So would they go from 100 to 250? That'd be like a car going, I don't know the conversion, but 10 grand to 25 grand, right?
Yeah.
It's like pretty out of control. Yeah.
877-927-6648. So let's go take a look at a few of these commodities out here. Yeah, see, this is interesting. So I'm trying to figure out, like, with the Boris Johnson deal, is that going to affect our own S&Ps? Because now that's going to be a real war over there because Boris Johnson wants to be the prime minister anyway. Boris Johnson used to be the mayor of
London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when May put him in, that was putting one of your competitors in to keep him close.
Well, yeah, and it was seen as, okay, might be a little bit open to that wing of that element of Brexit, as in giving some credence to the hard Brexit, by bringing him in. But obviously not with that, the Brexit secretary exiting and then Boris exiting. I don't see it hitting our markets too much, only because it's pretty isolated in terms of it's a Britain Brexit deal. In terms of, it's, and I, on this one, I kind of, understand the hard Brexiters, because if that's what you want and it went to a vote of the people and they voted for it, what were you voting for?
Right.
If you can't have the good with the bad, and that's without the as in that was the whole vote, as in of course you want the economic advantages of being in the European Union, and that was why people were saying we shouldn't leave the EU because we want those economic advantages. So you can't vote for it and then say let's keep all the economic advantages and just and then the social,
and be on our own.
The border, the immigrant, and then take that. That's not how it goes.
You grab what you want.
I understand that.
You grab what you want.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 191. Nasdaq is up 16. S&Ps are up 10. Come right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 193. You get the Nasdaq up 15. S&Ps are up 10. And the good old S&Ps, they're giving up a little. Gold is also giving it up. I mean, if we go take a look at that gold contract first, what you're going to see is that we had we rejected lower price last week. Had a nice move on gold this morning. You're at 1266. You're 1262. Not bad, but not great.
Yeah. $4 off the high.
Yeah,
only
exactly.
at $6 now for the day. So, yeah.
That being said, the equities, in this whole downdraft since April, bottom line is that they have held up.
Definitely.
So we'll see what we can get out of this today. It looks to me like we're actually going to get volume once again, the GDX. We're coming into 25 million. We're going to do that pretty easy. That's the swing high from the 11th of May, which is a 2306.
There we go.
We've hit 2293. So we're going to get the volume that we need into that. The bottom line is that we'll see whether we can get up to that 2330 number.
So we're just talking. You watched a little poker this weekend?
Yeah, the World Series. Yes, I did.
It's always exciting.
Yeah.
And I just love the coverage that they make it all live. You get to watch every hand. We talked about it because there's so many intricacies of the event, and they had Phil Ivey on there last night, and that's always fun watching him. If anybody follows poker, one of the best players out there, and was chatting with one of my other friends and saying, Phil Ivey just shows we're all human. When you bluff off all your chips and lose a tournament, guess what? The best players in the world do it. And he bluffed off his chips at the end and got called, and that's poker, man.
And he got called.
Yeah, the guy had 2 pair. You don't want to bluff the guy with 2 pair, right? That's,
right.
But interesting stuff. I think there's about 300 people left in that main event, and they had already made the money before yesterday. So that's kind of cool when you're getting paid, at least 15, 20 grand, you get your money back.
And you pay 10 to get in, right?
Right, and then it's all gravy, as in, okay, the pressure's off, man. You've secured your 10 grand plus your 10 grand profit, and now you're playing for the 8.8 million up top, and only 300 people.
Is that what it is?
8.8 million. Not just 8. Don't forget about that 800 grand.
And they had those stats like we were talking about on Friday. They had the stats from the first one versus yesterday.
So 2003 when Moneymaker won it, I think it was 897 people.
And they said there was more people just from California in it than that.
Just this year, right? Yeah. Pretty cool, right? I know.
Tense.
You see that? That's momentum. Pretty cool. As in the momentum can build that quickly when something takes off in terms of...
The thing that's pretty impressive is that that's when online poker was everywhere. It seemed like everyone was talking about it. I don't see everyone just talking about poker, and it's still got that exponentially bigger, and it's probably because there's so many casinos across the country that now has real poker tables, right?
Definitely, yeah. Things have expanded since then. But I think it was the online takeoff, and I'm biased because that's how I came into it. But it really was a takeoff in terms of online, because any single person could sit in their living room and play a tournament. That's how Moneymaker got. That's how Moneymaker got into the tournament, which was part of the aura of it. And then you transition from that, though, and then you go play at the casino too. It just introduces everybody to the game more. Yeah.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look. Well, actually, let's go inside the Dow Industrials first. So you get the Dow. That's trading up a couple hundred points. That being said, though, I mean, look at your high in the Dow is January, 26,616.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that it's that far away, but
no, I hear you.
The other side of it actually is.
Compared to like the Nasdaq, right?
The Nasdaq's right there.
Tell a couple stories in terms of depending on what index you're looking at. Quite a different. Yeah.
Nasdaq's laying right at it. The composite is 7806. You're at 7713.
Yeah, right there.
NDX, same setup. NDX laying right at it also. I heard this number this morning, so check this out. This is pretty wild. So they're saying, when you look at Facebook, is this an all-time high too?
Yep, it's the green one right there.
High.
That's like already.
So Facebook's at $203. You get a market cap of $588 billion. All right, look at that number.
Yes. Yep.
$588 billion. You get 27,000 employees, right?
Okay.
So what they're doing on Bloomberg was making the difference, like, how is a Disney or anyone else going to even come close to what a Facebook is doing? Because now Disney, 156 billion market cap.
Yes.
That's what 200,000 employees.
What's the average wage of those employees? I'm not asking you, but that's what I would be, because I would guess Disney has a lot of low-wage employees.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I would guess Facebook has literally zero. There's.
I think their average age.
We went over
was 272,000.
Is it that?
Oh,
it's
it
at
was
least
outrageous.
over 100 figure. I think it might have been like 127, which is still like a staggering average figure for your earnings.
Yeah. And if, Disney means going after, the assets of Fox, but those are old assets.
Yeah.
That's what they were talking about. That, listen, in order to compete with Facebook, Facebook can go anywhere they want to go.
I just wanted to see even PE. So Disney's PE is about 16, because we'll go into the revenue as well. Description. Not bad in terms of just Facebook's only double the PE of Disney. Not bad.
And they get Instagram growing like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can monetize that, though. That's the different, because that's a little bit of a Snapchat-esque application.
Okay.
Facebook it's an anomaly in terms of it's an entire ecosystem that really allows them to have content in there and everything, versus I can't remember if I've ever clicked on an Instagram ad or a Snapchat ad, as in the functionality of those ads. I know they're getting them, but
okay, yeah, no, I'm with you there. Let me just I'm going to go over and look at this pound. They're saying that the pound...
Is it rocking and rolling?
Well, I guess, yeah.
It probably said a turnaround. That's what I was going to say. There's probably a turnaround.
That moved quite a bit. So we were
was the big one there,
yeah. We were at 133 to $1 US. We just hit 132.76.
So like a whole penny. Yeah.
That's a good bump down.
Yeah. Go for it. Where are you going?
Yeah. Monday, Jason Paff, he's coming up at 40 past the hour.
Yes, 15 minutes from now.
Let's go over and take a look at so inside the Nadex platform, folks. 8 o'clock in the morning, you can bottom line do the weeklies or the monthlies on Bitcoin.
Yeah, and keeping in mind that those Bitcoins. I mean, I have the weekly. We'll jump in here. But yeah, the monthlies are available. They were available on Friday if you want to have action over the weekend, which is nice for Bitcoin. So go to the weekly. So here's the weekly that just came in this morning. So you have a floor of 2,800. You have a ceiling of 10,800. The whole spread's about 8,000, not about, exactly 8,000. So the middle of that's going to be 6,800, which would make sense, right? We're trading at 67.32. And so the weekly spreads, they're going to be 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Just to pull this up. So you're going to have about $400 of exposure on each side if you're sitting square in the middle at 6,800. And then the monthly minis, you're doing 1/100th of a Bitcoin. And these being, what's interesting here is this being from 100 to 13.1. So you have a 13,000 spread, and that being
true, right?
Yeah, and then so what the middle of this, the point being, so 6,500 on each side, because you have 13,000. The middle being 6,600. So both of these relatively right next to where the middle of the spread is, which is nice in terms of you're going to get a bid offer that's pretty much right next to where the price of Bitcoin's trading. We'll see. We'll see, as in Bitcoin just kind of hanging at that 66, 6,700 number.
Need some signs of strength for these bulls out here.
It does.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You have the Dow up 227, Nasdaq's up 24, S&Ps are up 13. Come right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming, see high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 221. Nasdaq's up 19. S&Ps are up 12.5. And yeah, it doesn't seem that there's a big action over in the UK right now, though.
I would agree. You can see some shuffling in no time. As in, see Boris Johnson stepping down, and they just talk about how that's going to give hardline Brexit backers in the Conservative Party are meeting later Monday to decide on their strategy. But let's see. Yeah, high-profile resignations can unleash leadership challenges in the UK, and I'd say with the two of them in terms of the Brexit Secretary Davis exiting and then Johnson following right afterwards within hours. That's his exit sends a strong message to the 52% of voters who backed leaving the EU in 2016 that their decision is being betrayed, and I can't argue with that.
They're saying that Johnson was the face of Brexit too.
Yes,
he was the leader.
Yeah,
there.
Definitely.
So, and the bottom line is that if you're the day that that vote came in, do you remember markets right across the world went wild?
So just on Friday, May announced she had secured the backing of her whole cabinet for her Brexit plan and told ministers to either back it or resign. Careful what you ask for.
You're not kidding.
You just might get it. It was a rare consensus following talks at her Chequers country retreat about the way forward. It looks like they took the highway when she gave them the alternative, and yeah. So Johnson was said to have decided not to quit over May's soft Brexit plan because he wanted to remain in cabinet and fight for the divorce he wants, a person familiar with thinking. But criticism from skeptics over the weekend, with many calling for ministers to stand by their principles. So that's where you have it where he thought maybe he could do more good in there, and then finally they're reaching the tip.
But his followers are saying no.
Yeah, you can't do it, and he might be right if that's what you want. It doesn't sound like May is too open to a hard Brexit. So if that's what you want, they're at a crossroads. We'll see what happens.
Totally. Let's go over to that U.S. dollar. So the index had been down 300 ticks. Bottom line, now you're flat. You're down 9 ticks.
Probably had to do a little bit with the pullback in gold as well, right? As you see a little bit of a pop in dollar.
Just in the movement, the pound got weaker against the dollar.
Yeah.
Then
those two could be a little different, though.
EU
Oh, there you go. So that matters for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
The euro just went from what is that? 1791.
Yep.
1753.
Yeah. I mean that's 0.4 of a penny.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And in the currency markets, that is a big number. There's no two ways about that. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume equities. And Mondays and Fridays in the summer, folks, we're not going to have a huge amount of volume out here.
Look at that Groupon at the top. So did you see that Groupon surge in that they report that they might be looking for a buyer?
Yeah. And Alibaba, I believe, owns 60% of them already. So they're probably, let me just see.
That whole industry, pretty remarkable in terms of the rise and fall of that group. I mean, I used to buy Groupons. Thank goodness I haven't bought one in like 5 years because I'd buy them and they'd sit in my account and never get used. And that's what.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, right here it says no. They only own 6%, 5.8%.
Okay.
That's what it says.
That makes more sense.
Right.
Because I would have been surprised they're looking for a buyer if Alibaba owned 60%.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Do you remember like everything was Groupon?
It was.
And then, like, I haven't been on Groupon in
I haven't either.
I don't know how many years.
I haven't either. So what's the market cap? 2.5 billion. They're saying the market cap is.
That's look at the amount. They still take in a huge amount of money.
They do. Now, part of this though is that, and part of the problem there is that, are they even? This is where they were spending all their money to get the deals. They weren't making. They were barely able to spend. That's where they were never really, and they've come into some profitability, which is interesting. I mean, that's big numbers, nothing to shake at. Can you pull up their chart just longer term? I just want to see when did they go public?
A mess.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, I gotta keep going.
I'm just curious, even when they went public, or was there? So there you go. That was the euphoria right in the beginning. Look at that first bar. People knew.
$31 down to 14.
Yeah, closed
in
at
November of
17.50.
2011.
That's people were worried right in the get-go, I think.
Yep, that's it.
And it was about the sustainability, and it was about. It was also about. I think I remember.
Anyone could do it, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say. It was also about, and that's where what's to stop the next person from doing the exact same thing? Totally. And that's where you saw that they were getting a lot of their business, and part of that same conversation was that you're just getting that business because you're spending the money on advertising. These aren't like loyal customers that you're the one company that can do it. You're just spending the money. Anybody else can come in. A Facebook can come in. That's where, you know what I mean? And they can,
So let's see what's going on with Twitter. Twitter's down almost 8%. You're down at 336.
So I saw reports that they purged about 70 million counts in May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there you go.
There it is.
It slashed 70 million accounts. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be IBD. I'm trying to get a native Bloomberg article to, so it doesn't send us all across the internet. But either way, that's the bottom line. Is that they slashed 70 million accounts, you know, to get rid of the fake news and all that stuff that is rampant in all over social media. I don't know why that would tank it down so much, you know, but yeah, down 4% on the day, and
because
even more than that
those
now.
Are fake accounts or whatever they are anyway. So that's intriguing, though.
That's
right?
why
yeah.
I know you could see that as a good thing,
right?
Maybe you know, as in that they're increasing the environment, you know, bettering the environment.
If you're paying, you know, for those accounts that are no good, well, why?
Right.
That's a big deal.
Definitely.
Let's go into that XLE. So the XLE, you're up 68 cents today. This is the area that it still continues to have a hard time with oil hanging at highs.
Yeah.
And you know, ExxonMobil, we take a look at Exxon. Exxon still can't get any traction. Now they're coming out with numbers July 27th.
Okay.
Chevron's trading.
Same day.
Oh, same day. Okay. That's
July 27th, market.
That's going to be here before we know it.
Oh, it is.
You know, and then let's go. You know,
that's what I was just going to say. Talk about earnings, right? I think
right?
we have earnings on Friday, right? Yeah. So let's just make sure. But I'm pretty sure the 13th is Friday. Yes, it sure is.
Friday the 13th.
Oh boy, J.P. Morgan, and then what else we have? I think it's maybe Citigroup as well on Friday.
JP, look at that. That caught a bid.
Good day for J.P. Morgan
It's up
shareholders.
260. Yeah. Bank of America. Let's just see what we got here.
Yep. So that's going to be Monday.
It's caught a bid. They're all catching bids.
How about Citigroup?
Citigroup.
Yep, and that is Friday as well. So Citigroup, J.P. Morgan Friday.
Yeah, and they caught a bid too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. Let's go to Berkshire, BRK, because Berkshire is the one that led those financials lower. Look at that. That's still in tough shape. You know.
Definitely.
190 was your high volume low from February.
Still below that level.
Yeah. You know, what you had is that. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. See the top one? Hit that top one.
Sorry, which Buffett?
Yeah,
Okay.
Buffett says goodbye to a pile of equity index options.
No more equity derivatives, huh?
Well, these were put on in 2008, I believe. Okay.
Okay. Initiated the deals between 2004 and 2008.
And they're European options. Okay. Bottom line is he's made, what does it say, $2.4 billion on the deal.
Not bad.
And they're all expiring.
Man.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We'll come back with our man, Mr. Jason Paff from the Dutch book. Come right.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 241, Nasdaq up 24, S&P's up 14. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Jason Paff from the Dutch Book, as we do each and every Monday at 40 past the hour. Jason, what's going on?
Tom and Tommy, a lot. Huh?
Yeah.
What a morning.
And this last hour, we got action not only in the markets, but of course over in London they got action happening. Maybe there's going to be a change of government.
Seriously, anything's on the table over there.
I mean, I stay up half the night watching the pound. Like, okay, this is good. This is going to be okay. Get some shut eye and Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, you're almost surprised he lasted as long as he did, but the timing here is impeccable. Obviously, the pound under pressure. Seeing a little bit of a bounce right now, but what a morning, man.
Yeah, there's no doubt what you just said is that, at the beginning, it seemed that it'd be more likely that he'd resign than now 2 years later. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Because he's a hardcore guy. I mean, that's the reality. So,
yes.
Yeah. True believer.
Yeah, we'll see where this shakes out. So, folks, you can get Jason's newsletter by going over to thedutchbook.com. Check it out. Yeah, we're gonna go through it right now.
We were looking through some of these charts during the break, Jason. So where do you want to start? You want to start off with Bitcoin, maybe?
Yeah, so Bitcoin remains trending up, working its way up. We've liked the moves that we've seen. Clearly the chart we've looked at several times with just that pervasive downtrend. That downtrend's been broken. We've had a couple of moves of conviction higher. We've been above 6,700 now. Tracking our forecast, honestly, over the last 3 weeks, our max value for those trading options or derivative, we're looking at a 7,000 level and approaching that by
He'll come back. This happened Friday.
Maybe
the gremlins got him.
Because I wanted to get to the next one too, and that's where he's jumping to. I mean, we have that.
Can you hear me?
We got you now. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of moves of conviction higher. We like where we're at 6,700. We honestly felt like over the weekend, if we could work our way from 65 to 67, that would put us in position to get to 7,000 by Friday. So we remain positive on that. Volume is steady. The fundamentals are improving. News has been quiet. Folks like Coinbase have even come out with positive news talking about ways for institutional investors to store coin. An interesting story in the Journal over the weekend, about 20% of Bitcoin is lost. Folks left it in a brokerage account. So that's obviously a dampener on supply, more bullish long-term for price.
Yeah.
But over the short term, I mean, these have been sharp, solid moves of conviction, and we like where we're at, and we think we continue to work our way higher to 7,000.
Nice. So There's the volatility. Can we get into
Sure. Where are you going?
the oil market?
Sure. He wants to jump right to oil.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason being, I
love
love the correlation, between the oil and, we know we get the big oil companies coming out with numbers too, next couple of weeks. So.
That's right. We like ConocoPhillips, and they'll report till the later stages of the month. They did fantastic on the cost side during the downturn.
Yeah.
They're a pure production exploration play.
Okay.
Heavily exposed to price of Brent, which over this quarter has been very healthy.
Yeah, look at that correlation.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see some divergence, and we see this in our models even this morning. I know oil's only down a little bit, but Conoco's up a little bit. We feel like, their revenue, our forecast is to almost double for the quarter over prior year. And at a valuation right now, we felt like, we were looking at it 69, we're up a little bit over 70. We think by the end of the month coming out of earnings, we could be at a 74.50, 75 level. Not a huge boost, but, in this cautious market.
Yeah.
Yeah, when folks are, concerned about a top, that's a nice play.
Yeah, well, particularly like if you take a look at Exxon and Chevron, they haven't been able to do anything, and oil's at 75. They haven't even taken off the last 6-month high. So it's it's like pretty intense.
We were saying on Friday, what would those charts look like if oil was still at $45 or $50?
I know.
Right? I mean,
yeah. So I think strategically, what Conoco's done, what Exxon hasn't is, Exxon. Some of those folks really cut capex, which, as you know, will come back to bite you later. Conoco really maintained a healthy capex level and cut costs in other areas.
Nice.
They're also heavily exposed to natural gas, which demand has been up, and they've continued to market that well through, downstream.
Yeah,
avenues.
and even at $3, that's free money, right? Because natural gas comes with the oil, right?
Yeah, well, it's $3, but it's demand for natural gas and liquefied LNG is booming. And, so the price may not have worked their way up for them, but they're certainly selling more and more quarter over quarter.
Nice. Now we get the natural gas futures up.
Yeah, so we see the market shifting. We've been pretty constructive for a while, but we're getting later summer. We haven't seen just a massive, pervasive heat wave that would, lead us to seeing increased levels of demand. One thing we were looking at this week was we saw a 21% increase in demand in April.
Wow.
And we saw a decent move off of that, but that demand is going to ebb back to normal levels. And we're seeing a relatively normal July. I know it's been hot where you've been. It's been hot for me, but that's summer too, right?
Sure,
so
definitely.
We see the move breaking down, and without just something really bullish in the weather forecast, it's getting pretty bearish for gas. Production's up, and we're catching up. We put in a pretty good deficit in storage levels because of the April demand when it was so cold for so long. We're catching up to that week over week. We're seeing about a 7 BCF build over prior year levels on average, and it's kind of breaking down, and we're taking a more bearish tone with gas. This week, as every week is critical. We could get down to 270 pretty soon, though, if something doesn't change for gas.
Nice. Now, let me ask you, I know, folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, right under the breaking news, you're going to see the Nadex educational webinars. Now, this afternoon, Jason, at 2 o'clock, you're doing a webinar, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. Going to talk about the 5 key technical indicators every trader should know. Whether or not you'll use all 5 on a daily basis, it just helps as you're gaining experience as a trader to know the vernacular and vocabulary. So we'll talk about 5 basic tools, from RSI to moving averages that every trader should know. Be a good refresher for more experienced folks, and
nice.
A good walk for newer traders.
And that's easy. Just your name, just your email address. You get in there at 2 o'clock this afternoon with Jason.
That's right.
Nice.
We'll have some fun, man.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
And what else? How about, because I know you had the pound in here, and things change. I kind of chuckled when I pulled it up because I think I got your newsletter. And as we said, folks, you can sign up for Jason's newsletter right at thedutchbook.com. And I think it came out like at 7:30 this morning, Jason. And
I mean, the timing is impeccable. We really saw a 2-step move in the pound this week, though. One was some clarity coming out of the now famous Checkers Summit. Clearly, that's under a little bit of pressure because of the Boris Johnson announcement. But in reality, from where we opened yesterday in Sydney, we're not that far off. Some of this move is actually just retracing the beginning of a relief rally that we had forecasted. We've also got President Trump heading over late this week.
Yeah.
From a game theory perspective, there's no two leaders on the planet, and this is going back some time, who want a trade deal more than these two folks, right? And so we see some very positive, potentially bullish news. I know this is very fundamental and speculative in nature.
Oh, it matters, as we see. That's,
right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The administration has telegraphed, and if there's some positive trade news in this market, we really see that could bounce the pound.
Nice.
And you know what? That'd be so deviant. It's perfect. And markets are deviant, right? Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
It's in play.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's
Lots
in
of
play.
factors, for sure.
Well,
find
listen,
out.
man, it's always a pleasure. Great to have you on. I look forward to the webinar this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Jason.
Have a great
Good
one,
luck
man.
today.
Have a safe
All
one.
right, man. You too.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We get the Dow up 238, Nasdaq's up 14, S&Ps are up 14. Come right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 240, Nasdaq up 31, S&P's up 15. And bottom line is that the Dow is taking the lead here. He said, yeah, almost up 1%.
Yeah. Can you go into the Dow and see what's moving there?
Yeah, totally. So we take a look at...
Up one more time.
There we go.
What's Boeing doing today?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh, Caterpillar. Check that out. Oh, there's Boeing.
There's
There you
Boeing. Boeing's putting 46 positive points, Caterpillar 32, Goldman 30, 3M 19.
So it's interesting. We always highlight it, but guess what? On the day you have all the stocks that are 200, 300, right? $190 trading up. And the only stocks that are negative are stocks priced between $40 and $70.
That's pretty wild.
I mean, you know, Procter & Gamble, that's a big move, Dan. It's only an 80, that's a 2% move to the downside. Well, if you had Boeing, that would be the same, Boeing 2%. It would be basically like right where it is. Boeing's up 2%, you're up 46 points. Procter & Gamble's down 2%, you're only minus 9.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
Look at that. So yes, there's a positive 35.
Right. No. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
37.
It is because $340 stock.
And for the same movement.
It's going to be identical. 2%. It's going to be literally $6.80.
Yep.
So Boeing's up 2% on the dot, and Procter & Gamble, that's probably somewhere around maybe just a hair under 2% in terms of $78.
That's pretty
stock.
wild.
Yeah.
So it would be negative if it was an equal weighted index.
I don't know what the market cap of these two companies are, to be fair. So I'm not putting it in a market cap. I'm just saying for the stock price percentage basis.
Right.
But that's not market cap too.
Right.
That's where things even get different. You see it? So what's the market cap of?
But it's a price weighted index, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm going off percentages.
Right.
Okay. But that's not percentage of their market cap.
Right.
Which is where I am.
Right.
That's all. Anyway, it's skewed. It's skewed.
It's skewed, all right.
Skewed to the upside right now.
Yeah, stay right there, folks. We got swim lessons coming up next. And, of course, we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.